Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to do our uranium daily technical analysis update. See what's going on with uranium. Looks like URNM got bomb rushed with some sellers. You can see that, but let's let the charts do the talking. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And here we go into the charts. So here's the chart like we've seen every day. I was saying we got to hold up here. We're right on the line, grinding on the line, doing some bumping and grinding. Is this thing going to break back down, or are we going to move on up? The good thing is, usually when you have a big up day like this, the opening and closing price is big like this, and then you have a small down day next to it, that's usually positive. Means that the buyers can still be in control. So we'll have to wait for tomorrow, and we shouldn't be getting negative on it yet. I don't want to see a big sell-off down day like this guy. But I am suspecting that URNM, this is very weird. We had nice, good momentum, opening and closing price ending strong yesterday. And then something came in here and had to sell off a whole bunch of something on URNM. So there's a big seller out there that came in and just dumped it. So that's URNM there. Bannerman still looking pretty good. Big up day, smaller down day next to it. We can call this almost a bloody nose if this is, it's close to a bloody nose. And usually it means the buyers are still okay. It's still doing all right. And Goviacs, it's fighting back and forth here. We've got some sellers up here with the wicks at the top. And we've got a little bit of a bearish engulfing, but it's real close. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, we could kind of come down a little bit and then head on up. But it still looks good with this big bullish engulfing. Usually that's the start of a move higher, and then you cycle up and down as you go up. Global Atomic getting the little iron cross, but it still looks good. It's over the downtrend line. Everything's looking good. Nothing looking too bad. Forces Metals bucking the trend with a 3.2% up day today. It still looks good. Way to go, Forces Metals. Pure Point, I mean, the downtrend's broken. We're moving sideways. Everything's intact. Deep Yellow, downtrend line sideways, and we're moving up. We have a small down day today. Everything still looks good to me. Whenever you have a big up day and a small down day, it's usually the buyers are still there. It's just sellers leaking out a little bit, taking a little bit of profit. Paladin Energy. I just like looking at this big picture, guys, because you got the big downtrend here, the big resistance line. We're coming up into it, and we're going to try to break this at any point. So just be patient. Be patient. It's going to cycle around a little bit, go up and down. So it looks good. Sky Harbor on the dailies, just a small little down day. The only thing I'll say here, no, it looks okay. It's all right. Next Gen Energy getting a little bit more of a larger down day. I think we're probably going to have to, it's got a lot of momentum coming down, and we haven't really worked off sideways yet. So it's probably going to head a little bit lower. We'll probably do some sideways, bumping and grinding sideways. Just give it some time. Canalaska downtrend sideways, and eventually we'll see it come on up. It was up 1% today. Base load looking somewhat strong today. I like how we have the up day, 2 small down days, and the up days. It seems like the buyers are gaining a little bit more traction. I just don't see the volume stepping in yet. So we might see some, I drew this in here. Maybe we see something like we pull back a little bit more and we cycle a little bit. Seems what the sector's doing. I mean, this guy's just cycling back and forth. I mean, yeah, we have a small down day today. Nothing too much to worry about. Fission's looking good from the perspective that we broke to the upside here, but we kind of came back down in this channel. So it's in the channel again. CCJ, I mean, this one doesn't look too bad. I mean, I don't like the selling pressure as large as this. I mean, it could come back down a little bit. What I like to see is this big up day, 2 small down days like this, how they're small in the opening and closing prices, and then you get another big buying pressure. It's quite weird that we have such a large down day like this, and in URNM is big. Like somebody just dumped it. Kazatomprom, downtrend break. It's looking okay. Peninsula Energy getting a lot. It's still in the downtrend. It's getting a shellacking today. Getting some sellers coming off. Nobody likes that. Boss Energy. Who's the boss? Tony Danza's the boss, right? We're getting a little bit of contraction on the opening and closing prices here. This might kind of dip back down a little bit. Lotus Resources looking okay. Downtrend break. Moving sideways. Everything looks okay. Small update today. UROI getting slammed today. Bearish engulfing. Now, sometimes you get these false signals, and we'll see if this is. But I mean, we've broken the downtrend. Maybe we could come back a little bit. I mean, this is a big down day today, 7.9%. That wasn't me, Roy. That was some other Roy getting sold today, guys. That's what I'm going to say. But hopefully we can move sideways and work off this little momentum here. Hopefully it's not a start where we pull all the way back here to do a retest. I will say the projected move here is down quite a bit. It could, it's going to be, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'd like to see what happens tomorrow. Encore Energy looking strong, up 3.38%, and we're just been grinding sideways. We are kind of coiling up to go somewhere. I did hear today that when they merge Encore Energy with Azarga, that they're going to be listed differently. I don't know if it's the New York or NASDAQ or one of those. They're going to go onto an exchange, I guess. So that could be positive. Get more money flows coming into it. Me. No. Why is it down 4.12%? Let's zoom in on it. Let's see what's going on. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not a bearish piercing or bearish engulf or anything. It's just a down day. Let's hope the buyers can step in, push it higher. Here's URG. Man, I don't like these bearish engulfings that we're throwing, guys. What the heck? We might have a little more sideways to lower action to grind this thing out a little bit longer. Might have to do some grinding out a little bit more. And UEC is doing a little bit of a bearish piercing, which is the same pattern here. And if you notice, you might only get a day or two out of it. Like this is a bearish piercing. It came down a day. We put in a bullish engulfing. It's basically the buyers and sellers are battling it out in this section right here. And that's what's happening right now. They're battling it out. We've got LEU contraction broken to the upside and getting some selling pressure today. LTBR is getting the same kind of treatment. I do like the wicks on the bottom, which means buyers are buying it up and pushing the closing price up throughout the day. So there are some buyers down here. That's good. So that's light bridge there. IsoEnergy is getting that same hammer pattern with the buyers at the bottom pushing it back up. We had a couple here. Usually that leads to some buyers stepping in. Appy Energy's had some massive moves off the bottom here from 38 cents to almost 60 cents. Almost like a 60-70% move or so. Little bearish piercing here. We could see some sideways action. We are coming into resistance right here. We're coming into that resistance, and it's going to probably hit its head on it a couple times, and hopefully we make a higher low and it only bounces back to here or something like that. Denison Mine's it's feeling the pressure, the selling pressure. This is a bearish engulfing, but I think we've got good buying pressure underneath it at $1.36, $1.37, somewhere in that range. Blue Sky Uranium, it's chopping sideways. It has an up day today. It's bucking the trend. Looking at it from a little bit bigger perspective, though, I mean, we do have this weird looking shape pattern here. We're almost kind of squeezing up a little bit. And usually those resolve downward. Forum Energy Metals looks like it was getting hated on today, down 7.6%. It's got a bearish engulfing pattern. This could, I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. It could go lower. It's a possibility with that big bearish engulfing. We have lots of downside momentum here. And sometimes they pause and sometimes they bounce, or sometimes the sellers step in and keep selling. So we'll see what happens. Enfield's still moving. I mean, it's a flat day today, but it's still squeezing up against its trend line at some point. Low, higher low, higher low. Well, kind of a higher low. It's close. We'll see what happens. Laramide, This one's got a, the big pattern break, just like all the other ones. It comes up. We could have a pullback, guys. I mean, we could come and roll over. It's a possibility. We're still looking. And this is Western Uranium Vanadium Corp. We've got this big resistance line up there, bonked its head on it. You can see that we kind of squeezed up into this corner here. We squeezed up into that corner. There's the squeezy. There we go. Let me draw it like this. Clean this up a little bit, guys. I got to clean it up. I can't have it be all dirty. There we go. So we squeezed up in there. We came back down, and I think we're probably going to take another run at it. And all it's doing is it's hitting its head. It's got resistance. And what I'm hoping we can do is put in higher lows so we step right kind of up into the line and break through it. That's what I'm hoping for on all of these. So that's your uranium update today. Sellers came out. They did some whacking. And some of it, they put in some bearish engulfings. We'll see what happens tomorrow if it brings it lower. Other ones, it wasn't too bad. They look good. So we'll see what happens. URNM got smashed. I mean, that got smashed today, almost 10%. It doesn't seem like the companies themselves got that smashed. So, we'll see what happens. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling, so it may be delayed, the releases. So we'll see what happens there. I may not be able to do it at the normal time, and you may see a different background because I'll be somewhere else. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you like the channel. And thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.